Hi guys, a very good morning to everybody here. We are sort of presenting our future city. Unfortunately, there's no slides, but if you want, you can actually go sit behind Miss Cass and just look at the computer. Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Jason. This is Jack, Isaac, Joey, Jillian, Mantong, and Jeanette. Okay, so our future city, we sort of named our future city as Echo City. And just going to get straight to the point. I'm covering the topic of security. Firstly, there's going to be we're going to implement biometric scanners. Biometric scanners meaning like a bodily sort of something to scan your unique like DNA. For example, there is fingerprint scanners. It's very used commonly around the whole world actually. And it's very accepted culturally. There are a bit of pros and cons. Pros meaning it's very fast, it's very easy, you just have to scan your thumb right there. And cons are cons meaning if you have a cut or some sort of injury on your hand, you won't be able to scan it as well. Right, next. Iris scanners. As you can see in movies as in Avengers 1, they sort of these scanners that scan your eye. It's not so culturally accepted as the fingerprint scanners, and some people are scared of things that might happen to their own eye if other people want to like sort of infiltrate whatever you're protecting. Pros is very well protected. You have this natural bodily instinct of closing your eyes. Closing your eyes when it happens, like when something flies towards you, you will naturally protect your eyes first. And it's very stable, it remains constant over the years. But the cons would be that it takes a very long time to scan, and it's, as I said, not accepted in society. Then there is the voice scanners. It's very reliable, it's very easy to use, everybody has their own unique voice. But thing is, it's very easy to get a recorder and just record someone else's voice and play back. Right. Then there is crime control. I sort of got inspirations from different movies for this topic. First, there's the guns. All right. Nowadays you hear a lot about random shootings and such. So the guns in our city will have this sort of smart lock enabled when it's pointed to an innocent citizen, and it will automatically lock up and making whoever's using the gun not be able to shoot. And it also has that biometric scanners implemented into the gun, which means not anybody can just pick up a random gun and shoot people. Right, next, there's the advanced body armor. Inspired by G.I. Joe, where it's made out of a very hard alloy, which will be able to protect you from stray bullets and stuff. And it has sort of those gears implemented into the suit itself to make you run faster and be more agile, have more mobility. Then there will be this one inspired from Iron Man, which will have a database sort of just downloaded into the helmet itself. Maybe it's connected to the internet, and it will be able to just locate, track criminals and such. Like let's say if you're not very sure what he has done, you can just log in and just check the data system. Next, we're gonna implement scouting drones. Drones from many different kinds of movies has drones in them. They will have locating. They'll just be scouting around the whole city and locate possible criminal activities. They'll have a live feed of any areas any dark alleys that might have drug dealings and such. So it's remote control, so you can send them over straight and to just check out the area. You can use them to follow. If the criminals are getting away and you have not enough people, you can use them to track them and follow them to their hideout or wherever they're going. And there's a 24/7 facial recognition system implanted in them to just recognize people. Right. Next, water and waste management by Jack. Yeah.
Okay, hi, I'm Jack. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the water and waste management. We are going to recycle and compose as much as we can, and the waste can be pre-sorted to collect any recyclable materials left over. Thirdly, the waste fed into the incinerator, then burned at a temperature of 850 degree, and the heat enter a boiler to produce steam. The steam power a turbine that generates electricity for homes and businesses, and excess heat piped out to neighboring buildings for heating. Then the harmful gases removed and particles filtered. Then the material collected by air cleanup system then sent for treatment. Got three more is like ashes collected at the bottom at the incinerator, then a magnet remove any remaining metal for recycling. And then the leftover ashes used for construction projects such as new roads. Then where does the water come from? It's basically from the sea, and which is the main source of power generated. I mean power sources like for every places in the city. Then there's a seawater treatment, and for the wastewater treatment, basically the first step will be the screening to remove large objects from the water, and the primary treatment is involved in separating of organic solid matter from the wastewater. Then the secondary treatment, the water at this stage is put into large rectangular tank called the aeration lens to break down tiny sludge. Fourth, final treatment. Almost treated water is passed through a settlement tank for setting of the bacterial action, and then the filtered water released into the river. For recycling of wastewater, all the wastewater will be collected to a collection point, then undergoes a few processes like aerobic screening, biological treatment, ultrafiltration, and ultraviolet disinfection, and chlorine residual protection. Usually, all the treated water will be kept into a treated large water storage, and then put out to all the cities like around it. Yeah. Then there's a benefit of the water reuses, like increase water resources availability, reduce consumption of expensively treated potable water supplies, and the reduce nutrients discharge to water bodies, and enhance recreation and tourism opportunities, and biodiversity benefit through the recreation of wetlands. Yeah. And I'll pass to Mantong.
Good morning, I'm Mantong. Regarding tourism and hospitality, we'll initiate a holiday resort. It will be located in the middle of the city with concentrated population. We'll create a comprehensive amusement park integrating sightseeing, accommodation, dining, and entertainment. The holiday resort is mainly composed of theme park, safari park, water park, the international circus performance, the crocodile park, and the golf center. For hospitality-wise, our holiday resort will provide convenient stay for the locals and tourists, so that they wouldn't have to search for hotels after having a fun and tiring day in the resort. In addition, our city will build capsule hotel near airports and railway stations as a cheap alternative rooms to overnight guests For example, there is a capsule hotel located in KLIA 2. What is a capsule hotel? Capsule hotel is a budget hotel that is specially built for travelers in transit, frequent travelers, backpackers, or guests who just want to have a few hours rest before flights. A capsule hotel features a large number of extremely small rooms. That is the capsule. It is intended to provide cheap, basic overnight accommodation for guests who do not require the services offered by conventional hotels. Each compartment of the capsule hotel is equipped with basic facilities. For example, air conditioner, lights, control panel, table, and curtains. And now I'll pass the mic to Janet.
Hello, I'm Janet. It's my turn to present the transportation part. So in my future city, there's no more petrol, fuel or fossil fuel cars. And what is a fuel cell transportation? A hydrogen fuel cell vehicle is a vehicle that uses hydrogen as its onboard fuel for motive power. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles include hydrogen fuel space rockets as well as automobiles and other transportation. So the main I use for my future transportation is by using hydroelectricity, solar panel, hydrogen, and electricity and hydrogen as their motive power. Next. So this is the future public transportation, and I call it the land air bus. And it alleviates mounting traffic and congestion problem. The design is like a large train-like vehicle that straddles the roadways and requires neither elevated tracks nor tunnels. Regular cars are free to pass underneath it, so and this is run by solar panel or electricity. There's a video to show how the land air bus works. Oh, okay. And this is the future's cars. It's designed by using a copter concept, and basically it is a daily transport option for the masses. But of course, it cannot fly overseas because the storage is not enough hydrogen fuel to fly or to another city. So there's a picture, and another one without the wing is another daily transport for the masses by using hydrogen or electricity also. And this is the future water transportation. It is designed as a well-shaped and just like a floating garden. It can dive or float on the sea and covered by a green roof and filled with gardens. So it looks like a future ferry instead. And the protection against it protects against flood and other disasters, so it's safe to travel by using this transportation in the future, and it works by using solar panel or hydroelectricity. And this is another future water transportation. The solar boat, as you can see that there's two wings by using solar to work it. So is another one. And this is a future air transportation. It's a future plan, got garden, swimming pool inside. And it's like a flying ferry. So this is interesting. And all of them are using a solar panel and hydroelectricity to work. Yeah, I'll pass the mic to you. Huh?
Your plane looks very scary.
No, it looked interesting.
It's interestingly scary.
Okay, I'll pass the mic to Joy.
Okay,
So the city will be generally powered by renewable energy such as sun and wind. The solar energy works with solar panels. Solar panels are made up of photovoltaic cells which convert the sunlight into direct current electricity. The inverter converts direct current electricity into the alternating current electricity. The alternating current electricity is then sent to the electrical panels, which is called the breaker box, to power the lights and appliances with solar energy. The utility meters measures the energy use. It goes backwards when the system generates more power than it needs. This excess solar energy offsets the energy uses at night. Wind energy works with the wind turbines. A wind turbine has 3 blades and usually rotates clockwise. Wind turbines are computer controlled to keep the wind turbine facing the wind. The blades of the wind turbine are aerodynamically optimized to make most of the energy in the wind and turn it into kinetic energy, which make the blades to spin around. The blades are connected to a generator which converts the kinetic energy into an electrical output. This electricity is transferred down the tower and converted into the same voltage as the local grid. The underground cables are installed to transport the electricity to the existing overhead cables which power the homes. The city will make use of the city's rooftops with its space for installing the solar panels and wind turbines. From the transportation mentioned by Janet just now, the vehicles will be powered by fuel cell. The purpose of fuel cell is to produce an electrical current that can be directed outside the cell to do work, such as powering an electric motor or illuminating a light bulb or a CD. In general terms, fuel cells operate when hydrogen atoms enter at the anode, where a chemical reaction strips them of their electrons. Hydrogen is one of 2 natural elements that combine to make water. Hydrogen is not an energy source but an energy carrier because it takes a great deal of energy to extract itself from water. It is useful as a compact energy source in fuel cells and batteries. I'll now pass the mic to Isaac for disaster relief.
Hello. So my disaster relief is going to be about earthquakes. So everyone has seen San Andreas, right? No. Well, earthquakes can be really, really scary. Like, they have destroyed a lot of cities.
Why look at San Andreas? Look at our own Saka.
Okay, so
Just giving you a point.
thanks. So earthquakes can be really devastating to the cities, and so our city will be built by horizontal foundations with reinforced joints and steel wire fabrications. Of course, at ground level, and yeah, the walls and beams. Walls and beams must never be hollow, so meaning pipes and chimneys must be on the exterior of the building and braced. Elevator shafts must be reinforced and emergency exits have to be leading to the ceiling roof. Well-placed emergency exits in basements and cellars and car parks. And wall partitions should not exceed 16.5 feet without being framed in reinforced concrete. Wall thickness should never be less than 15.5 inches, and floors must be solid with a minimum thickness of 4 inches. That's all. Thank you. To Jim.
Hi, I'm going to talk about green buildings. Green buildings are vital to the formation and development of future cities, as buildings account for over 80% of major city areas. Green buildings by definition are structures that are environmentally friendly, resource efficient, and focuses on humans' well-being throughout the building life cycle. The aim for green buildings are to reduce the environmental impact of conventional buildings today and to expand and innovate on the aspects of economy, utility, durability, and comfort of the building. EcoCity will feature new and innovative green buildings in the city. Green buildings in EcoCity are energy efficient. The buildings will use the latest in LED technology and a smart air conditioning system that will cut energy usage by 90%. Furthermore, to further reduce energy consumption, it will have special walls that expel hot air efficiently and reduce cold air leakages. Similar to that, special systems that direct natural sunlight lessen the need for artificial lights. The building also features indoor environment quality enhancement. The buildings will have an advanced ventilation system and moisture control. This will improve the air quality in the building for its occupants. Furthermore, airflow control system and uniform temperature control will improve thermal quality even more and also help to reduce energy consumption. Waste reduction is key to maintain the building from causing significant environmental impact. The building wastewater will be recycled, treated, and reused for non-health compliant purposes like to flush toilets and wash cars. Rainwater are collected as an emergency supply. On the other hand, waste and wastewater will be treated and converted into healthy fertilizers for the eco gardens. Continuing on, eco gardens will be abundant in the buildings in EcoCity. The eco gardens are a place for occupants to grow vegetables and fruits. The building in EcoCity will also generate its own renewable energy. The building uses passive solar integrated in every windows to generate the required energy for the entire building, where additional energy will also be stored in batteries for night usage or when the weather condition is not preferred. Building in EcoCity will definitely be material efficient. The building will use renewable and reuse eco materials like recycled stone and metal, and strictly use other materials that are non-toxic and eco-friendly. Last but not least, elevated parks and recreational areas will be the parks of the future. These parks will be integrated into the buildings where grasses and trees will grow within and on top of the building itself. Thank you.
Just a few pictures to just show you a glimpse of what our city will look like. And yes, thank you.
Okay, and now the slides wise, everything, most of it looks okay. Just hold on, there is one. Okay, under hospitality, yeah, okay. Some grammatical mistakes were noted, not just specifically under hospitality, but what I saw in some of your slides, but this is an example I'm giving you. So for example, in addition, the City World Capsule Hotel, okay, so you should have readjusted it to in addition, the City will provide capsule hotels, okay, not the City will turn into a capsule hotel lah, okay, so there's a difference there, so you need to be very careful when grammar is concerned. Proofread all the slides to ensure that there's no mistake, there's no room for error. Okay, then there was another one. Hold on a second. Under green. Under disaster relief, there were no pictures. It was all just words. Okay, who's handling disaster relief? Isaac. Isaac, why no pictures? Because without pictures, I can't exactly visualize how you plan to have horizontal foundation with reinforced joints. Still, wire fabric reinforcement all sounds very good, but where are the pictures to prove it? So that was what I wish you could have had, so that it helps me understand what kind of ideas you have for disaster relief. For green buildings, I would have preferred it if one or two pictures were inserted into the slides earlier itself rather than pushing them out later. Like the other earlier slides, those all look good. But then from disaster relief onwards, not to say they're bad, disaster relief, no pictures. And the green buildings, good, one or two pictures. Alright. Talking about your individual and individual presentation, I'll start off with Mantong. Mantong, very minimal eye contact, but the tone of voice is okay. Your tone of voice is fine, but because you're looking at your notes a lot, you're looking at your tone a lot, so that's why, again, very minimal. Joey, good tone of voice, you can be a little bit monotonous, so please be very careful there. And again, looking at your notes, so again, very minimal eye contact. Always ensure that you look at your audience at time, because you kept looking at your phone. I didn't really get much of it there, so please do bear that in mind. Jeanette, you're very soft. Okay, your tone of voice is very soft. Also, again, very minimal eye contact, so you need a lot of practice there. Okay, don't be shy, don't be nervous, be confident, don't worry about what others will say or others think. Okay. Jack, I noted you've got a very good tone of voice, but you tend to be very hesitant from time to time. So you need to be able to give a very smooth presentation, a smooth, easy flow when you speak. Okay, because when you're hesitant, when you're nervous, then it kind of breaks up into parts, and that's not really something we want to hear. So a good presentation, an effective presentation, I feel, is when you are able to speak smoothly and calmly. Alright? Take a few deep breaths and then just present it. Alright? Don't speak too fast. Isaac, okay tone of voice, no problem there. But again, you tend to be very hesitant, especially when you look at the notes to see like, okay, where am I? So you need to know where your place is. You need to know, okay, this is what I'm going to say, this is how I'm going to present, okay, go. So you need to be very smooth and very focused when you talk. Jason, you were quite good, very strong tone of voice, very spontaneous when you were speaking, okay, so no problem there. Jillian, you have a very good tone of voice, but you tend to be a little bit monotonous, so you need to be able to practice on that, have more with the more fluctuancy